Hi everyone, I'm Sam.
I'm Addie.
And I'm Josh.
And welcome back to those who were with us last week as well. As you may have gathered, the last few days have been absolutely crazy. We've grown from 20 people on our first quiz to 100 last week, and now I think we've got over 600 people playing, which is wild. You might have seen some of the press coverage. Tonight we've got some very special guests that have agreed to pre-record video questions for us.
So the way the quiz is going to work is there's 6 rounds, there's 10 questions in each round. The rounds are going to start with music and entertainment, and we're finishing with sports. There are also going to be 2 minutes breaks after the second and fourth round for you to refill your drinks and also donate if you can.
So we can already see you're loving the comments, and it'll be great to get lots more activity. Plus it means if you have any questions that we can respond. On that note, let us know in the comments, if you haven't already, what country you're playing from.
We also had live scoring last week, but given how crazy this whole week has been, we just felt like it was one step too far and something had to give. So just grab a paper and a pen and keep your own scores and keep us updated on how you're doing in the chat.
Tonight is a laugh, it's a bit of fun, but the most important thing about tonight is that it's for a great and important cause that is touching the lives of many of us. We had our first quiz last week and we managed to raise about £1,500 for the NHS Charities Urgent Appeal, which was amazing, but we're really hoping to build on that this week. We're delighted to be in aid of NHS charities together, and we really hope you can support. The link to donate to our fundraising appeal is right underneath this video in the description.
So Addie is in the pilot's chair tonight, managing the tech, and Sam and I will be your quiz masters this evening.
It's sorry to interrupt you. It's also Addie's birthday today, so if you could wish Addie a happy birthday in the comments, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We've got a badge that you can wear for the duration of the quiz.
Thank you.
But yeah, if you want to assume your position.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
So as I was saying, Sam and I will be your quiz masters tonight.
Indeed.
With some help of some very special, long-awaited guests. So Sam, take it away.
Okay. So bringing on the first round, which is music and entertainment. Your first question is: while many artists have chosen to delay their albums due to coronavirus, which pop star recently moved her album release forward, giving it to fans a week earlier than planned? This is crazy.
Yeah.
So a lot of artists have cancelled or delayed their album releases, like Sam Smith, Elton John, but this artist did not. What was their name?
Question 2. Is going to be a lyrics question, so I'm just going to read the lyrics, not going to sing them, although I'm sure many of you would love it. So say, I've loved and I've lost, but that's not what I see, so look what I got, look what you taught me, and for that I say.
It's a big tune. What is it? Got lots of happy birthday Addies in the chat, which is great to see.
Thank you.
Happy birthday from Corsica, from Santiago, Chile. Okay, your third question of the music round is a video question. So it's our first of the special guests. So take it away.
Hello everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the big quarantine quiz so far. Now this is my question to you. What is the longest running West End musical of all time? Good luck. And please click on the link below to donate. Thanks so much.
So that was the absolutely fabulous Joanna Lumley, the actress, comedian, author and activist, well known for her role in Absolutely Fabulous alongside Jennifer Saunders. She actually responded to a cold email, so thank you very much for that question, Joanna.
Mm-hmm. And she wanted to know what the longest running West End musical was. I would just say, for people that aren't familiar with the concept of a quiz, you're supposed to write down your answers and not put them in the chat. Okay?
Don't want to be giving anyone free points.
Giving away the answers, so just write them down. Okay, the fourth question of this round is a picture round, so that should be on your screen now. We want to know which music artist that is with their face covered. Pretty well known one, I'd say.
I'd say so too.
Mm-hmm. God, the chat is popping off.
It really is. Got another happy birthday, Addy, from Rob Townsend.
Thank you, Rob.
Good to see.
Going to question 5 is another lyrics question. So, let me sing among those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Classic. Bit more vintage.
I was going to say, yeah, definitely of a different vintage, this one. But a classic nonetheless.
Amen.
Amen. Just give you a few more moments on that one. Okay, your 6th question of the music round is, as well as Paul McCartney, 2 Americans were due to headline the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury this summer. We want you to name just one of them. So 2 possible answers for this one. We just need one.
Gutting that festivals have been cancelled, it has to be said. But
once more, I would implore people not to put the answers in the chat. That is the concept of a quiz. Just keep the answers to yourself. Don't put them in the chat. It's not impressive.
So question 7 is another celebrity guest question.
Indeed.
So take it away.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the quiz so far. Now what I want to know is, which pop star in March of this year used a music video to announce their pregnancy? It's an easy one. Good luck.
So that was the queen of the quiz and the face of the popular HQ trivia app, Sharon Carpenter. I know a few of my friends will be very glad to see her again. And she wanted to know which pop star announced their pregnancy through a music video. It's a tough one, that, I think.
It's a more interesting way to announce pregnancy, has to be said.
Yeah. Okay.
Going to question 8. Which popular musical features the characters Tracy Turnblad, Link Larkin, and Corny Collins?
Okay. The penultimate question of the music and entertainment round is, in 1986, the band Survivor had a hit with Eye of the Tiger. What film series did it feature in? This is an enormously famous song.
Absolute banger, this one.
But what film did it feature in? Great to see a lot of love for Shazza in the comments, has to be said.
Going to question 10. Which artist does this album belong to? Classic album. Very famous cover.
Indeed.
Which is the artist? Or who?
It's an iconic album, you have to
Yes.
say. Okay, I think we've had enough time on that one. We should be bringing up, in case you missed any, we've got a review of the 10 questions in the music and entertainment rounds. Should we rattle through them quickly?
Yeah, let's go for it. Do you want to start?
I will.
And there you go.
Which pop star brought her album release forward by a week?
So I've loved and I've lost, but that's not what I see. So look what I got, look what you taught me, and for that I say.
What is the longest running West End musical of all time? That's what Joanna Lumley wanted to know.
Which music artist is pictured in the top right of your screen?
Let me sing among those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Name either of the Americans that were due to headline Glastonbury this year.
The 7th question that Shazza Carpenter wanted to know is, who announced their pregnancy through a music video recently?
Which popular musical features Tracy Turnblad, Link Larkin, and Corny Collins?
Which film series did Eye of the Tiger feature in?
And which artist does this album belong to, pictured in the bottom right of your screen?
So you got 10 questions there. Finalise those answers. We've got a bell which will signal the time where you are cut off from writing your answers. So as soon as that rings, we're done and we're going through the answers.
Should we
Would
go
you
for
like
it?
to do the honours?
That I would.
There we go. Okay, so we will move swiftly on to the answers for that round. Josh, you wanna kick us off?
I would love to. So answer to question 1 was Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa was the answer to that.
So yeah, she brought her album forward by a whole week. Okay, as you now already see, the second question was Thank You Next by Ariana Grande.
And it was written about some of her exes.
It was, indeed. Okay. The third answer was, of course, Les Miserables. Les Miserables. That's been running since 1985 and has been translated into 21 languages. The more you know.
The more you know. So question 4, the answer was Lil Nas X.
Of course.
In this very funky outfit there.
Best known for Old Town Road and about 20 remixes. Your fifth answer is Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra.
A real one for grammar. Well, shout out to you.
You also could have had In Other Words, which was the name of the original track. Impressive if you did have that. But yeah, that was Old Blue Eyes.
Question 6. You could have either had Taylor Swift or Diana Ross. They were both due to headline the Pyramid Stage.
The seventh answer was Katy Perry. She had a baby with Orlando Bloom and announced it in a music video not long ago.
Question 8. The answer was Hairspray. Movie that was made with John Travolta and Zac Efron.
And Queen Latifah.
And Queen Latifah. Always forget that one.
Question 9. Your answer was Rocky. It was actually in the third Rocky movie, but you didn't need to put that. Just needed Rocky.
An absolute classic, yet again.
Mm-hmm.
And question 10. The answer was Oasis.
Indeed it was. Cecilia Patino saying they were really easy questions. Well, I'm glad you found those easy. Okay, we will be moving swiftly on to the next round, which is animals in nature. And yes.
Off we go. Question 1. What is the slowest moving mammal in the world? This is by top speed, by the way.
I reckon that one's a real gimme to kick off this round.
I think it's the mammal that gives it away, to be honest.
Slowest moving mammal in the world. Rob Townsend with a score of 0 out of 10. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, the second question of this round. After coronavirus closed a zoo in Hong Kong, which two animals managed to mate successfully for the first time in 10 years?
So who was getting stage fright, pretty much?
Exactly. It's thought that the lack of visitors to the zoo finally allowed them to do their thing.
Maybe a positive of coronavirus.
Definitely a positive.
So question 3 is another celebrity question. So take it away.
Here's my question. Are you still drinking? How many hearts does an octopus have? How many hearts does an octopus have? Don't forget to donate.
So that was Alistair Petrie of Sex Education, Star Wars, Sherlock and The Night Manager. And what did he want us to ask?
He wanted to know how many hearts an octopus had, I believe.
That we did.
I bailed you out there.
Yeah, you really did.
So that was Alistair's question. The fourth question is, what is the name of a baby puffin? And we've been nice here and given you 3 possible choices. You could have you got a piffin, a puff, or a puffling. Those are your 3 choices.
All pretty fun names.
Indeed.
Mm.
But which one is it?
Going to question 5. What is the only animal where the male gives birth?
Real interesting factoid.
It really
this
is
one.
an interesting one.
You either know it or you don't. The 6th question of this round is actually a audio question. So in a minute we'll play you a sound and you've got to tell us which animal it's coming from. Okay, so again we've been nice and given you 3 possible choices there. So that was either a koala, an elephant or an ox. Take your pick.
So question 7
I think is probably the one a lot of you seem to be waiting for.
Yeah, is a huge question. So
take it away, Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Howdy peeps, hope you're all enjoying the great lockdown quizathon so far. I have a question. It's what number does Sherlock Holmes live in the Vegas? That's too easy. What's the fastest animal on the... Well, no, you can look that up on the Guinness Book of Records on your kind of Wikipedia site. Ooh. How many species of otter are there?
Since so many of you are here, take your jaws up off the floor and we'll listen to that one more time.
Howdy peeps, hope you're all enjoying the great lockdown quizathon so far. I have a question. It's what number does Sherlock Holmes live in the Vegas? That's too easy. What's the fastest animal on the... Well, no, you can look that up on the Guinness Book of Records on your kind of Wikipedia site. Ooh. How many species of otter are there?
Okay, so that was, of course, Benedict Cumberbatch. I think he really needs no introduction, but you should be able to see him on screen now in Sherlock, Imitation Game, and also Avengers. We are enormously grateful and still in disbelief that he agreed to help us out. Want to give a shout out also to the few people that have set their alarms for the middle of the night. I know there's a few people in the Philippines, we gather from the comments.
Up at 3 in the morning for this, so...
If that is you, you can go back to bed. Okay, moving on to the 8th question.
Which animals has Mike Tyson kept and cared for since childhood?
Okay, the 9th question of this round. In a recent Netflix documentary, who was described as the Mother Teresa of cats? So yeah, very, very popular documentary that was out recently. I think a lot of you will probably know this one.
Yeah. And our final question. This is actually a picture of a bird that was taken near our house by a neighbour called Alan. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much for this picture, Alan. Yep. And what type of bird is this?
He's a very keen photographer of birds. We'll probably be making this a regular segment, we think. We need a good name for it. So far we're going for Tweet of the Week, but I think we can do better. So if you've got suggestions for that,
feel free to comment.
Let us know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was your picture. Before we go through the answers, actually, I should say, we'll just give you those questions again, in case you missed anything.
The love is absolutely rolling in for Benedict Cumberbatch in the comments.
Good to see.
It's great to see.
What? Yeah, again, the answers are supposed to go on your piece of paper, not in the comments for the final time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rattle through these questions quickly and then we'll give you the answers. So, kicking it off, what is the slowest moving mammal in the world?
Which 2 animals were finally mating in the first time in 10 years?
How many hearts does an octopus have?
What is the name of a baby puffin? A piffin? A puff? Or a puffling?
What is the only animal in the world that cannot jump?
Which animal is making this sound? You won't actually get it again, but it was either a koala, an elephant, or an ox.
Yeah. How many species of otter are there was the question that Mr. Cumberbatch wanted to know the answer to.
Which animals has Mike Tyson kept and cared for since childhood?
In a recent Netflix documentary, who was described as the Mother Teresa of cats?
And what type of bird is it that Alan took a photo of?
So there you have it. That was the Animals and Nature round. I will say, if you are a Benedict Cumberbatch fan that was here to see Benedict only, he did this for a great cause as well. So if you are signing off and leaving us, if you could spare a tiny bit in the fundraising appeal, the donation link for that is in the description box just below this video.
Every little helps, so anything you can spare would be amazing.
Absolutely. Okay, I think it's time to bring out the Bell of Doom.
Yep, of course.
To conclude the Animals in Nature round. There you go.
Bit of a premature ring, but what can you do?
Happens to the best of us.
It really does.
Okay. Going through the answers now. So your first answer was a sloth.
Specifically a 3-toed sloth, but you did not need to know that. And it's actually followed by a mouse and a pig.
In the second and third places for top slowest speed. Yeah. That makes sense. Your second answer of this round is giant pandas seen there hugging after the fact. A real feel good feel-good story that's come out of this whole thing.
Question 3. The answer is actually 3, similar to the squid, who also has 3.
Fascinating stuff.
Absolutely,
That is
it really is.
real
God,
riveting
we
stuff.
really know a lot of interesting facts about these questions.
All there right in front of us. Okay. Question 4. Your answer was a puffling. C was the answer. Okay.
Yeah, going to question 5. It was actually a seahorse. Carries them around in a little pouch.
That was. So we're having some issues with question 5. That was the one we wanted to know the answer to. That was the one we originally asked. Apologies if there was any confusion. If you believe you answered correctly for the question that you answered, feel free to give yourself a point. Okay.
So question 6. The answer was actually a koala.
We should be able to give you that sound again, I think. So yeah, that was a koala's mating call. Might surprise you.
Wouldn't work on humans though, I don't think.
I doubt that. Okay.
Going to 7.
That's a koala.
Yeah. There are 13 species of otter.
Real tricky question posed there by Benedict. His link to otters, if you were wondering, it felt like quite a random question. You should, after the show, you should look up Graham Norton Otters, Benedict Cumberbatch. Quite a funny video.
Question 8. The answer was pigeons. Mike Tyson actually found comfort in pigeons as he was bullied when he was a child.
If you put tigers, that is not right. He has had them since he was an adult, but he's cared for pigeons all his life.
Going to question 9. The answer was Carol Baskin. And
enormously popular Tiger King documentary, of course.
the question is, did she do it?
Who knows? I couldn't possibly say.
Put it in the comments.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Yeah. Okay, and bringing up the final question of the Animals in Nature round, your answer was a kestrel, sitting there not far from our house, actually. Well, when it was taken, anyway.
Thanks again, Alan.
Yeah. In a second, we are going to take a short break. Again, we would just like to say, this is great, this is a bit of fun. If you can spare a small amount to support carers, patients, key workers, the link to do that is in the description below.
It's for an amazing cause.
It is,
so.
yeah. But apart from that, we will see you after this very short break. back. Hope you're ready to go again. We'll bring up round 3, which is the general knowledge round.
But quickly, before we do that, we would love to get a total from our tech genius, Addie, the birthday girl. So, Addie, would you like to give us the numbers?
So after that break, we have £2,294 in donations, which is £2,581 with gift aid.
Oh my goodness me.
That is amazing.
Completely smashed our target of £2,000. So that is incredible.
So yeah, huge thank you to everyone that's donated. That's amazing.
And with that, sorry to interrupt you, but with that, we'll be going on to round 3, which is general knowledge.
We will.
I'll take question 1, don't you worry.
Rude not to.
French artist Edward Degas was well known for painting what subject? I feel like I botched that pronunciation.
No, that was pretty flawless.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, very famous painter. What was he known for painting? Okay, moving on to question 2 is another multiple choice question. So we want to know, according to a 2013 UK study, how many questions do children ask adults every day on average? Is it A, 50, B, 180, or C, 300?
Anyway, that is a lot of questions. Okay, so question 3 is a celebrity question.
It is.
Absolutely nailed it.
As with all of the rounds, yeah.
So take it away.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a good time and enjoying the quarantine quiz. My question for you is, what is the most common surname in the world?
So that was Gus Unger Hamilton there, who is 1/3 of the band Alt J. They're a Mercury Prize winning band, and they have around 6 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
With tracks like Left Hand Frame, Breeze Blocks, some of my personal favourites.
So a huge thank you to Gus, and he wanted to know...
He wanted to know what the most common surname in the world is.
He did. What do you think? Ewan credits our gang show training for being so professional. That could well be a part of it. Who knows? Okay, the 4th question is a sort of literature-based one. How many lines are there in a sonnet? Okay. Josh?
Yeah. Question 5 is, which famous artist recently painted a masterpiece on their bathroom walls?
Yeah, so stuck in a coronavirus lockdown, who took to painting in their bathroom? On their bathroom, I should say.
Yeah, pretty interesting one, this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Question 6. What is the naughtiest thing that Theresa May has ever done?
You'll either know that straight away or that question will make absolutely no sense whatsoever.
It's quite an amusing answer.
It is.
Either way.
So, yeah, the naughtiest thing that Theresa May has ever done. Let us know.
So, question 7 is another celebrity question. And this man is a star of stage and screen, star of Sex Education. So, take it away.
Hello, I'm Connor Swindells, star of stage and screen. My question to you is, what picture was the most liked photo on Instagram last year? Best of luck.
So that was Connor Swindells, the star of Sex Education, who actually plays Alistair Petrie's son. Bit of a celebrity link there.
Yeah, there you go.
And what did he want to know, Sam?
Oh, you're testing me. He wanted to know what the... Yes, like I haven't watched these videos like 1,000 times. He wanted to know what the most liked photo or picture is on Instagram. What is it a picture of?
So moving to question 8. What does each letter of club stand for in a club sandwich? CLUB.
We're told that Frank is a big fan of Gus of Alt J. Fantastic news. So glad you enjoyed that
I
one.
know he is.
Yeah, I know my friend Sam as well is also a big fan of Alt J. So there you go. He's getting stick for fangirling in the comments.
Question 9. What is the most common letter in the English language?
Gotta be getting this one, surely.
Yeah. Maybe not.
We'll
I
throw-
got it wrong, to be fair.
Well, that's not saying much.
So true, Sam.
We're
So
we're
true.
throwing you some free answers in this round, surely. This last one is a little trickier. This is a dingbat, so this picture represents a word. We want you to know what that word is. So yeah, that's a toughie. I think we need to give him a little longer on that one.
Yeah.
Assas, in circles. Famous word.
Assas snowman.
Alright, I think that's enough time. You'll get it again in just a second. We now, I believe, should be bringing up the review.
Shall we run through them quickly? Addy, do you want to help us out?
It really would be rude not to. Addy, you kick us off with the first question.
Okay, which subject did French artist Edward Degas often paint?
Josh?
According to a 2013 study, how many questions do children ask adults every day on average? A, 50, B, 180, or C, 300?
Luna and Isabel in the chat both miss and want more Addy, so we'll see what we can do about that.
Thanks, guys!
What question are we on? Question 3.
Question 3.
What is the most common last name in the world was the question that Gus of Alt J wanted to ask.
Addy?
Sorry.
Question 4.
How many lines are there in a sonnet?
If you didn't get that, how many lines are there in a sonnet?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Which famous artist recently painted on their bathroom walls?
God, this is slick. Question 6. What is the naughtiest thing that Theresa May has ever done?
Addy?
What is the most liked picture on Instagram?
What does each letter of club stand for in a club sandwich? We need all 4 letters.
What is the most common letter in the English language?
And finally, the real toughie of this round, what word does that dingbat represent, which you can see in the bottom right of your screen now. Ishak, also a big fan of Addy. Great to see.
Thanks!
And Ed, also wishing you a happy birthday, which is great.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay, you've had more than enough time on that round, so we will be ringing the bell to signal the end.
The bell of destiny, if you will.
I will. Okay, so we should be moving swiftly on to the answers for that round.
Moving swiftly on to the answers.
There we are. Technical difficulties. The answer to the first question, Edward Degas was known for painting ballet dancers.
He actually painted more than 1,500 paintings of ballerinas.
Great memory.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Question 2. The answer was C, 300. Although I think I probably asked more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty annoying.
Okay, question 3. Your answer was Wang. Interestingly, or not that interestingly, the most common last name in England is Smith. It's also Garcia in Spain, Muller in Germany, and Silva in Portugal. That's a pretty good memory from me. Okay, question 4. Answer.
It's 14.
It is. Wait, that's too nerdy. Okay.
Okay.
The answer to the 5th question is, of course, Banksy. He captioned this particular piece, "My wife hates it when I work from home." See lots of, I guess, rats there doing damage to his bathroom.
Probably really increased the value of that house.
Indeed.
Question 6. The answer was run through fields of wheat.
There you go. You can see a live picture of Teresa in action there. The 7th answer is an egg. It actually has almost 55 million likes on Instagram. Is the current count. The previous record was 18 million, which was held by Kylie Jenner. So absolutely smashed that.
Drop it in the chat if you liked that egg. I know I sure did.
Okay.
Question 8. It stands for chicken lettuce under bacon, which you can see here.
Fascinating stuff. Okay. The 9th answer is, of course, E. Features in just over 12% of English words. Surprisingly, the second most is T. Who'd have thought?
Not A. I would have thought A. Yeah. Going to our final answer.
Bring us home.
Bringing us home indeed. It's actually assassinate, which is quite literally assass in 8, as you can see now.
So there you go. I'm sure a few of you are kicking yourselves for that one. So that concludes the general knowledge round. We should say at the end of each round, let us know how you're doing in the comments, so we can keep tabs on sort of what the current scores are as well.
There are actually a lot of people that did like that egg.
Fascinating stuff. Okay, moving on to the 4th round, featuring 2 more special guests.
Who are they?
You want to kick us off?
Wait and find out. So, question 1. Can you name a country that begins with the letter A but does not end with the letter A?
Again, this one is a real thinker.
Every time you think you've got one, you realise it has an A at the end.
Albania, yeah. Australia.
Yeah. I'm not going to carry on.
No. But yeah, there's 2 possible answers to this one. And they're not particularly random countries. You've definitely heard of them. Okay, we'll let you stew on that one while we move on to the second question of this round. Josh?
Montevideo
Beautiful.
Beautifully
done.
Is the capital city of which country?
It's pretty good to mediocre scores coming through. We've got a 7 out of 10 for the Matthews household.
I'm saying an average of 5 or 6, so we'll say 5.5.
Okay. The third question of this round is, again, another special guest question. I think this man also needs no introduction, so take it away.
Hi everybody, I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe and enjoying the quarantine quiz so far. The question I want to ask you is, which major international sport was invented in Scotland?
So that was, of course, Ewan McGregor, maybe most famously playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, but also featuring in Trainspotting and Moulin Rouge.
So yeah,
very famous Scotsman, that one.
And I know I can see a few people in the chat were here for him, so we hope you enjoyed that appearance. And we're very grateful to Ewan for helping us out. Okay, his question was, which major sport was invented in Scotland? Of course, Ewan's home.
Okay, going to question 4. What country has the highest number of natural lakes? If you think about this one, yeah, it might be kind of easy.
A lot of love for Ewan coming in the chat. That's great to see. And you know what? We've got a lot of requests to replay that one as we did with Benedict, so we will be granting that. So take it away again.
Hi everybody, I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe and enjoying the quarantine quiz so far. The question I want to ask you is, which major international sport was invented in Scotland?
Okay, so there you have it again. That was the same question. That was question 3. But if you were here just for Ewan only, then I hope you enjoyed that one. I should say also this video will be on YouTube right after this, so you can watch it back as many times as you want.
And feel free to.
Moving on.
So we've already had question 4. Which
means we now need question 5.
And it is, which self-governing part of the British Isles uses this flag?
Pretty interesting looking flag there.
And question 6. Which city is further north, New York or Rome?
50-50 choice there for you. And the 7th question, again, is another special guest question. So take it away.
My question to you tonight is... a visit to which fast food chain has become a Christmas tradition in Japan? Where do they go as a tradition in Japan on Christmas Day that's fast food? Yeah, I wish I knew the answer. Wish you all the best and hope you're all safe and well and okay.
So that was Amber Anderson, star of the film Emma, also alongside Connor Swindells. And she's also a model and a musician. So thank you very much to her for that submission. Her question was about
Take it away.
which country? No, sorry.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
You got it.
Which fast food chain
There you go.
has become a tradition to go to in Japan on Christmas Day?
I was close.
Got that one.
So have a think on that one. Moving on to the 8th question.
Which major American city is home to these skyscrapers known as the Corn Cob Buildings? Pretty aptly named, has to be said.
Got a score of 25 out of 30 coming in from Toronto. Particularly impressive, that one.
Score.
Question 9. What is the name of the city in northern Spain that is famous for its annual bull run? Again, I think this is another straightforward one.
Yeah.
You've got to think. Extremely famous bull run. Where is it hosted?
Would you ever do a bull run?
Definitely not.
No, terrifies me. Question 10, our final question of the round. Established in 2011, what is the youngest country in the world? It's only been around for 9 years.
Quick maths.
Yeah, you know me.
Okay, that concludes the questions for the geography round. We'll just rattle them off one more time.
That we will.
Addy, you want to kick us off with the first one?
Yep. Name a country that begins with A but does not end in A.
Montevideo is the capital city of which country? Stitch me out with the pronunciation there.
Which major sport was invented in Scotland was Ewan McGregor's question.
Which country has the highest number of natural lakes?
Which self-governing part of the British Isles uses the flag in the top right?
Which city is further north, New York or Rome?
Which fast food outlet do people visit in Japan on Christmas Day?
Which American city is home to the Corn Cob Buildings, pictured in the bottom right of your screen?
Which city in northern Spain is famous for its annual bull run?
And established in 2011, what is the youngest country in the world?
Thanks for that to the birthday girl. So, moving on to our answers.
Oh, you haven't rung the bell yet.
Oh.
So
What am I like?
that's the end of the geography round. We'll be kicking off the answers in just a second.
After the bell's been rung.
Finalise those answers. Okay. So your first answer, you could have had either Afghanistan or Azerbaijan.
That's a tough one, that.
Again, I'm sure a few people are kicking themselves. Okay, Josh?
Question 2. The answer was Uruguay, which is actually the second smallest country in South America.
Mm-hmm. Well known for its football. Yeah, I mean, Uruguayan footballers. Luis Suarez would be one.
I was going to go for
Cavani.
that. Oh, I was going to go for that too.
Of course you are.
Yeah, it really was.
The third answer is golf. The first mention of that was in the 15th century. If you put football or rugby, they were both invented in England, not Scotland.
Question 4. The answer is, of course, Canada, with over 2 million lakes, which is roughly 1 for every 18 people.
Okay, the fifth answer is the Isle of Man. Interestingly, or not that interestingly, the flag of Sicily also has an almost identical looking 3-legged thing in the middle of its flag. So there you go.
Question 6. The answer was Rome is actually further north.
Colosseum there. Okay, question 7. The answer is KFC. Josh has a really interesting fact about this
That
one.
I do. On Christmas Day, the sales in Japan account for almost 5% of its annual revenue, which is huge on one day of the year.
There you have it. The 8th answer is Chicago. You either knew it or you didn't. Or, to be fair, you could have guessed that one, I'd say.
Question 9, the answer was Pamplona. That one.
Which has been running since the 14th century, the bull run. And the final answer, before we take another very short break, is South Sudan. Again, only 9 years old. Was formed after 20 years of war with Sudan.
That was a hard one.
It was.
To be said.
Okay, we are going to take another short break.
That we are. Again, this is for an amazing cause, so anything you can spare would be brilliant.
Absolutely. We should also say the donation link is in the description below, so we'd be glad to receive anything on that. But you can also donate to your local cause. Pretty much every hospital and health centre are running their own fundraising drives, so if you do feel obliged to donate locally, then please do that as well. We want to give a particular shout out to a few people we know are watching, and that's the Addenbrooke's Charitable Trust. So a shout out to all of the NHS heroes at Addenbrooke's and the Rosie hospitals. And with that, we will see you
after the break. So, welcome back everyone. We hope you had a chance to get another drink or maybe even a chance to donate, who knows. And we'll be going into round 5, which is history and politics. Sam, take it away.
I shall. So, your first question of this round, what was the name of the street where the Great Fire of London broke out in 1666? I'm sure you learned about this one in school. Can you remember?
Who didn't?
You didn't when we did this prep.
Question 2. What was the first bridge to be built across the River Thames?
Ed says, loving the hair, reckon it's a keeper. Yeah, well, this was a bit of an experiment in quarantine, who knows? Didn't anticipate that I'd be presenting to the hundreds. But yeah. The third question of this round is another special guest question. Take it away.
Hello everyone. I hope you're enjoying the Great Quarantine Quiz. Now, my question is, during which Prime Minister's tenure was the National Health Service founded? Good luck and please donate if you can.
So that was, of course, Andrew Marr, political commentator and TV presenter, probably best known for The Andrew Marr Show. You can see him there on the screen, joined there by Boris, Jeremy, and Barack.
We all know them by their first names. Going to question 4. What colour are the seats in the House of Commons? This is a bit of an easy one, but...
Another gimme. Well, history and politics isn't a specialist subject to some people, so I have to give some people a free point there. Your 5th question of this round is another picture-based round. So, yeah, there you can see Ed Miliband tucking into something. What was it? Not a great look for Mr. Miliband there, you have to say.
That photo gets me every time, it has to be said. But
some accusations of cheating towards Rob. Got 6 out of 10 on that round, apparently. Some people aren't having it.
Question 6. Who was the second man to set foot on the moon? First one's pretty obvious, but who's the second?
Another very guessable question, you got to think. Okay, and the 7th one, again, is another celebrity question. Really treating you.
Brought to us by Dame Mary Beard, a professor at Cambridge University. So, off we go.
Hello everybody, I hope you're all enjoying the big quarantine quiz so far. My question for you is this. Who was the Greek goddess of the wilderness, hunting, wild animals and childbirth? Good luck and make sure to donate.
Okay, so yeah, that was Dame and Professor Mary Beard, scholar, classicist and TV presenter. And yeah, her question was about ancient Greece. Can't remember the specifics of it, but you heard it, so...
I want to say goddess of childbirth.
The wilderness as well, I think was in there.
We want the Greek name, not the Roman one.
Okay. The 8th question is another multiple choice question. Your question is, what were Benji and Laska, who were sent into space in 1958?
Were they A, monkeys, B, mice, or C, dogs?
Question that might trip a few people up.
Going to question 9. Which famous historical monument is pictured on the right of your screen?
Got some doubts about whether people actually ever set foot on the moon. That's a whole nother set of questions.
That is a real thinker.
And some more love for Mary Beard. Amazing. And your final question is another picture round. So after her frustrated reaction to the calling of an election went viral, what did this woman become known as?
Quite a big meme, this one, has to be said.
On social media.
Yep. Sure you've seen it. Actually, I'm really not.
What was her catchphrase?
Not another one.
Rob's son is watching, which is interesting. I don't get it. Yeah, so we'll bring out the review. This is the penultimate round of the quiz.
That it is. So, question 1
is brought to you by Adele.
What was the name of the street where the Great Fire of London broke out in 1666?
What was the first bridge to be built on the River Thames? Was question 2.
Who was Prime Minister when the NHS was founded? Was Andrew Marr's question.
What colour are the seats in the House of Commons?
What food was Ed Miliband photographed eating? Pictured in the top right.
Who was the second man on the moon?
Who was the Greek goddess of the wilderness, hunting, wild animals and childbirth? Was Mary Beard's question.
What were Benny and Laska, who were sent into space in 1958? A, monkeys, B, mice, or C, dogs?
The middle picture there, we want to know which famous historical monument that is.
And what did the woman in the bottom right become known as online?
So there you have it. Those are your 10 questions for the history and politics round. Finalise those answers and we will soon be telling you what they are.
After the bell.
After the bell.
After the bell.
Of doom.
It has to be said.
So there we have it. You're done. Okay, and we'll be bringing up the first answer.
The answer to question 1 was Pudding Lane.
Of course. It was a bakery belonging to Thomas Fariner.
God, how do you know it?
I don't know, I've got a good memory.
The answer to question 2 was London Bridge. Quite aptly named, has to be said. But
Kip's paper was blank on that round. Sorry to hear that.
You hate to hear it.
You hate to see it. The third answer of that round was Clement Attlee. That was the answer to Andrew Marr's question. The NHS was founded in 1948, right after the Second World War.
Question 4. The colour of the seats in the House of Commons are green.
As you can clearly see there, and you can read all about their history online after the quiz. The fifth answer is a bacon sandwich, which will soon reveal itself, I believe. There you go. That was on the front page of The Sun the day before the general election.
Not the best picture,
No,
has to be said.
I highly doubt that helped Mr. Miliband with his votes.
Me at McDonald's when lockdown is over, has to be said.
Retweet. Okay.
Question 6. The answer was Buzz Aldrin, along with Neil Armstrong, who was actually the first person.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe up for some debate with some conspiracy theories shooting around in the chat.
Yeah.
But
That was on the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. Your seventh answer of the history and politics round was Artemis. That was the answer to Dame Mary Beard's question. Not Diana, which was
Not
the
Diana.
Roman goddess. A few people probably fell into that trap.
question 8. The answer was actually B, mice. Everyone knows about monkeys and dogs, but mice I did not know.
And you can see one of them there just before takeoff. Question 9. That is the Colosseum. You've got to be getting that one. Seen from the inside there, may have made it a little tougher, but another gettable one.
May have tricked a few people. And the answer to the final question of round 5 is Brenda from Bristol, as she became known.
There you have it. That was after Theresa May called another snap election in 2017. She was not best pleased. Okay, I think it's fair to say the Benedict fans have cleared the chat. We can now actually respond to people, which is nice.
On our final round, which is sport,
we have two more.
Actually,
guess.
very big guess.
Legends of English sport, which you have to wait for. But before that,
question 1. What is heavier, a golf ball or a tennis ball? Tennis ball's bigger.
It's a toss-up, that
but you feel a golf ball, yeah.
That was
a bad one.
It wasn't even intentional. Okay, the second question. Last year, Eliud Kipchoge pulled off the first sub-2 hour marathon. We want to know which country he's from. Wow, we had a 10 out of 10 score from the Blakesleys last round.
Who are absolutely crushing it.
That is
there was a 9 out of 10
pretty
in there as well in an earlier round. Our third question is brought to you by another celebrity guest, a former England manager, so roll the tape.
Hello, I'm Roy Hodgson. I hope you're enjoying the quiz so far, and please do follow the link in the description to donate to the NHS Urgent Appeal. My question is a football one, of course, and it is: how many different countries have won the FIFA World Cup up to the present day? Good luck with everything.
That was, of course, Roy Hodgson, the former England manager of 5 years. He's also managed Liverpool and Inter Milan, and is current manager of the Premier League side Crystal Palace. Mm-hmm. So thanks for that, Roy.
And his question was, how many different countries have won the FIFA World Cup? Question 4. At the London 2012 Olympics, which British athlete became the first female gold medalist in boxing?
Pretty historic moment, this one. Question 5. Complete the names of the current NBA champions. Toronto, blank.
Sure, there's a few people playing in the US and Canada who think that's a ridiculously easy question.
But I'm sure there are some on our side of the pond that are struggling with that one.
We will not know the answer to that one. The 6th question. Which country has hosted the annual wife-carrying World Championship since 1922? Pretty interesting concept for a sport there. Not a major sport, you'd have to say.
You really would. Question 7 is another celebrity guest, an absolute legend of English football. So, yet again, roll the tape.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all enjoying the quarantine quiz. I've got a question for you. In 2017, which footballer went for the all-time highest transfer fee? Good luck and make sure you donate.
So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you didn't know who that was, that's surprising. That was, of course, Michael Owen, the 5th highest English goal scorer of all time and former Ballon d'Or winner at the age of 22, making him officially the best footballer in the world in 2001. He played for England, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester United and Newcastle. So a huge thank you to Michael Owen. His question was, who was the most expensive footballer of all time, transferring a couple of summers ago?
Going to our last few questions. Question 8. In the 2016 Paralympics, 4 visually impaired athletes ran a faster time than the Olympic champion. What was the event?
That's a real surprising fact.
Very impressive. Yes.
People are loving Michael Owen, which is awesome. And the second to last question of the quiz is coming up now. How many swimmers are there in a water polo pool at any one time? We're just talking about in the water, to be clear, and on both teams, so the combined number.
Might trip some people out.
Mm-hmm. So have a think on that one.
And our final question of the night.
You've made it.
Savour it while it lasts. What sport is this? What sport is pictured?
We're told that Maya didn't recognise Michael Owen. That is particularly disappointing.
Which is gutting.
Addy also didn't recognise Michael Owen.
Thought he was a rugby player.
I did not think he was a rugby player.
Just living in a football mad household. Yeah. That is quite a surprise. Okay, we will be beaming the 10 questions from the sports round up now.
We will run through them for the final time of the night.
Addy, you want to kick us off again?
Sure. So first question is, what is heavier, a golf ball or a tennis ball?
Question 2 was, which country is Eliud Kipchoge from?
How many different countries have won the FIFA World Cup was Roy Hodgson's question.
Which British athlete became the first female gold medalist in boxing at London 2012?
Complete the name of the current NBA champions, Toronto blank.
Which country has hosted the annual wife-carrying World Championship since 1922?
Who is the most expensive football player of all time, is what Michael Owen wanted to know.
In the 2016 Paralympics, in which event did 4 visually impaired athletes run a faster time than the Olympic champion?
How many swimmers are there in a water polo pool at any one time? Remember, that's both teams.
And what sport is pictured on the bottom right?
So there you have it. Finalise those answers for the last time. Okay, some people really struggling with that. Some people thinking that was quite easy.
And for the final time,
it's been emotional.
It's been a pleasure, it really has.
Ring that bell. Okay, so we will be whizzing through these answers now before tallying up the final scores. So your first answer was, it was a tennis ball. Tennis ball is 58 grams, a golf ball is just 45. So sorry if you got that one wrong. Answer number
question 2. is Kenya, is where Eliud Kipchoge is from.
Indeed.
Question 3. The answer was 8. That's what Roy Hodgson wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
With Brazil winning it 5 times.
Amazingly. And England, sadly, just once in 1966 when football came home. Soon to be twice, we hope. Answer number 4 is Nicola Adams. So she also won in Rio as well, but she was the first female gold medalist in boxing.
Question 5. The answer was the Toronto Raptors. That one. Led to victory by Kawhi Leonard.
Indeed. Answer number 6 was Finland. It's where the wife carrying championships are held. I want to say a big shout out to Ulla. If you're watching from Finland, that question was for you.
Question 7. The answer was Neymar. That's what Michael Owen wanted to know.
He was transferred for more than 200 million euros, which is insane.
Question 8. The answer was the 1500 metres, which is unbelievably impressive.
Mm-hmm. It's actually almost 2 seconds faster, the Paralympic champion, than the Olympic champion. Question 9. The answer is 14, 7 on each team. There are 13 on each team, but only 7 can be in the pool at any one time.
Question 10, our final answer. The answer is Gaelic football.
So there you have it. That is the national sport of Ireland. So that one was for you, Cochrane. Okay, so those are your 10 questions. Tally up your final scores
and pop them in the chat.
Pop them in the chat. It'll be interesting to see how people have done out of 60. And we will soon be signing off. Ada, you going to join us up on screen?
I'm back.
So here we are.
She does in fact have the badge.
I do have the badge.
It's your 20th birthday?
Yes.
Just checking.
Yeah.
So yeah, that really concludes this week's quiz. Let us know how you did in total in the chat. But yeah.
Thank you so much to everyone who gave even a quid. I don't know. But if you haven't already, and if you enjoyed tonight, or even if you didn't, please consider donating a small amount to the fundraising appeal, because it is an amazing cause.
So overall, we've managed to raise more than £1,000 tonight, which is amazing. So be sure to tell your friends about this too. We plan also to be here again next week, and we have even more surprises up our sleeves. So you'd be absolutely crazy to miss it.
And thank you to everyone that made this evening possible. This wouldn't have been possible without some particular individuals, and we can't say thank you enough. And thank you again to our special guests for helping us out this evening. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the quiz.
Yeah. From all of us in our living room.
Thank you.
See you next week.